it going, everyone? It's Liam Carson here as we get into another episode for Charmed, episode number 17 of season 3, where things were deep last episode. Of course, we had the Angel of Death show up, with Prue being the only one of the Charmed ones being able to see the embodiment of death, with the prospects that she could have died last episode. So, yeah, obviously there was that detective that was the priority in terms of the innocent we were trying to save. Sadly, things did not pan out the way that it did, and there was a bit of an education, really, especially when a person's time is up. And obviously with Prue being the only one to see the Angel of Death, not only was it really fundamental because of the fact that, well, she could have died after that detective, but also with especially in regards to Paddy, and obviously there are other factors like Andy, of course. Death has been a very, very powerful subject for Prue. And she's handled it the hardest. And there were some words that came out from the Angel of Death to try and kind of, I don't know, ease the transition to grieving in a more, I guess, accepting level, really. So, not to say that she will harbour any kind of ill will again or whatnot, but it makes things a bit more easier, I think, from here onwards, now that the Angel of Death, said some things that I'm not the enemy. People constantly can blame me and whatnot, but I am just doing my job, really. So, yeah. But it was a really solid episode last time around. So why don't we get into this episode of Charmed? It's episode 17 for season 3. Let's go.
Need to get my gloss. Phoebe! I'm sorry, were you guys in the middle of the...
Are you peeking, really? No, Phoebe.
Not yet. Phoebe, would you just get out of here?
Yeah, let him be.
Okay, I'm going now. Out of here. Found the gloss. Watch out for the...
Oh.
It's a little steep, but...
No, I mean the bigger are you sure we can? I mean, you guys can get your
detaching
parents
from
until
your
you all move back
sisters,
in
because
together. There might be some supernatural ramifications to living apart.
pretty big deal to split the party.
What about the marital ramifications to living together? I mean,
Maybe it's a rat. Maybe a dog. Or maybe a cat.
little one. Better than to
Oh, but then that came from the front, whereas the thing was coming from behind. Peter Pettigrew!
You've handled things on your own. I mean, without Piper.
Ooh.
Like when I went to Hawaii or when I went away with Leo, and everything was fine.
Yeah.
Do I get to take it first?
Everything was not fine, Piper.
Everything
the Charmed
was
gig
fine.
is all about being a trio, all right? Without you,
Well, you'd still
When
have
are
her.
things fine on
You
this
wouldn't be moving
show?
far.
Shrubbery.
Roger seems to have forgotten.
Oh, we're getting a flashback episode.
Head count
Yes!
for the ceremony is up to 180.
Oh my god!
I know.
Rams! The doctor was very clear.
He's
when
adorable.
He said no caffeine. Down.
He only just
Oh
got
shit,
back from the
are we gonna see Grams die?
I'll take it easy. After I get that.
Oh shit! 6 months before. How
Oh, you guys all didn't have to get out of bed for little old me.
Well, who'd you steal that power from?
That's for me to know and you to fight.
I mean, she could do that too, as well. Just saying.
I hear spikes are making a comeback.
Oh! Bullseye!
No, way too messy, too violent.
This guy is not having the. He's 0 for 2
Whatever.
in terms of dealing
Okay,
with the
girls,
charmed
now, if
ones.
You could just move a little closer, okay?
Doctor? No, doctor.
Just a picture. Is it too much for an old
That's
lady
why
to
she's
ask
wanting
her
a picture.
granddaughters to retract their claws, stand still, and look at
She
me
knows this,
long
that
enough
her
to
day
take
is
one
done.
Lousy picture.
Turns out these are a write-off. Who knew Prada spring line could be used to fight evil? I killed
Ah,
the
so
warlock.
there were
Appeared out of nowhere, had to
witnesses.
kill him.
Wait, you too?
Me 3. A warlock attacked me in the attic.
Did we miss a
Oh,
convention?
we missed that.
Bad teeth.
Now, what Familiar becomes when he betrays his witch.
That must be why we can't kill him. The whole 9 lives thing.
Oh.
So if we kill him 5 more times, he should be
Shit,
gonzo,
okay,
right?
that makes
No,
sense.
that's
Fucking
exactly what you can't
cats.
do. 'Cause he wants a
I knew where to find us. What are we like in the Warlock's Guide to San Francisco? Okay,
So
so
this
this
guy
should
has
be
a
piece
death
of cake.
wish.
All we have to do is make sure we don't kill this guy 5 more times.
Couldn't
before
you
the
just
next new
punch
moon.
him?
That
Nice, nice. Oh, did he just get impaled on something? Shit, that's fine. God's sake, how did the knife stand upwards? Or did he plant that?
Uh-oh.
Ugh, why does this stupid cat keep hanging
Oh,
around? Who do you
doesn't
belong
matter.
to? Go home. Shoot.
Oh, so this is how the kid's gonna get adopted.
What a beautiful wedding, and I'm just not very good with guys. Sometimes I think I'll never find true love. But
Yeah, I'm sure that's
sorry.
gonna be the...
No, it's my fault.
Ah!
Sorry.
Oh, the first meeting! The first meeting! Oh!
came together and sorted it out then.
You know, you girls are getting harder and harder to find.
And you're getting more
This is
and
making me think
more
you were trying to
annoying.
avoid me.
Wow, you've been thinking that's a pretty big step for a warlock.
Oh!
God, I'm so sorry. That was awfully catty of me, wasn't it?
Is this the part where I'm
You-
supposed to go?
Shit!
Call 911!
Shit!
Well, you needed to balance the mustard seed, which can be kind of harsh, and the sea salt brings out the flavor of the,
I love her.
grams.
I love her.
Piper, you were born for this, literally. Why do you insist on wasting your time? My sweet girls,
Shit.
you're just not ready.
Shit.
I've got to stop you from becoming.
The charmed one.
Holy shit.
Do what I ask.
None. I'm sorry, I had to.
I would
Reacted
have done
like
it
that,
first,
yeah.
but you beat me to it.
All right, well,
Plus
we've only
she's
got
got
2 more lives
that
left.
power.
And we...
Not. This isn't your choice to make, but the girls are mine to protect. Mom, are you alright?
I mean,
Don't change the subject.
and she's shown concern. Oh. She is struggling. Oh. Grams is really, really.
It's now or never.
This is where they become.
Grams? Grams?
Proof, baby, somebody help!
Oh my God.
Oh.
Grams. Oh God. Then he would feel the pain of 9 deaths, and it actually might be enough to kill him.
Holy shit! Are we sure
Well,
it might
we've
do?
got
Like,
one shot.
yeah.
Other ideas? Let's
I
do it.
like the idea though. Dark, maybe, but yeah, let's go.
Do you think that she heard? I think she did.
Piper. Yeah, Phoebe's obviously
Still like
rocked.
to know what she was doing.
I'm not sure what my future holds, but I do know it's not in San Francisco.
Not yet.
Baby, you don't have to.
It's okay.
You just want to change
I
time
know that-
here, but
The only thing that I contribute to this threesome is trouble, so I'm gonna go.
I guess I'm gonna.
it's what Phoebe said though. Grams was the glue, and everyone's parting ways. And, oh. I'm not liking Piper crying.
And whose fault is that?
the person. I mean, yours. To be fair,
Wait a
don't
minute.
put this on her.
Do you think I'm an idiot? You've got something up your sleeve.
No shit.
Hello, sleeveless.
You know the moment that I...
Oof. What a way to go. How's that for death?
Okay. Was that for good? Well, if it wasn't, he's really gonna miss his ear because it looks like part of it's dripping off the clock.
Oh!
Ninth time is the charm. That was definitely different. He's gone for
Knife time.
And yet somehow...
Oh, we're gonna find out some deets. Hello?
When Prue, Phoebe, and I moved back in together, it made us sisters again. And I don't think we're ready to test that yet.
Oh,
And then there's this.
that was the final straw.
I think we both know what those...
Well, we're more than excited that you and Leo decided to move back in. We sort of have to ask you to move back out again.
What?
Of your room.
Oh.
And into mine. I mean, it is twice as big and you now are twice the people.
Yes.
Really? But it feels good that forever isn't today.
We're saying not today. Oh, good. I loved that episode. Loved it. That was pretty sick stuff. Oh. Man. No, it was just really great as well, like not just finding out about obviously what happened to, I mean, it was quite sad. So yeah, but I just really loved this episode just entirely, but past and present day terms, especially dealing with the moving out, because obviously that paid relevance to when Prue initially was going to move out with Raja. But yeah, it was just really great to see the complications there, of course, with the sisters not being ready, and obviously Grams was declining, and we got I mean, there was quite a lot of sadness with this episode. Like, obviously we knew Grams was dead, and then this episode we get to see it play out, which just but also, it was just also sad with the prospect of Piper moving out as well. Because, I don't know, even though she would just be moving out and she'd still be on the show or whatever, it was like she was saying goodbye to the show for some reason. I don't know, there was just that vibe, really. But, like, I just need a minute alone, etc. So, oh man, I really did love exploring this episode, though. Probably one of my favorites this season. A very, like I'd say, a very simple kind of episode, especially in regards to the warlock the familiar turning into a warlock, should I say, with the fact that he wanted that immortality. It was a very interesting way they went about it, but obviously it was I guess your typical way of vanquishing a warlock, I guess 9 times in this case. So yeah, managed to hit the nail on the head on the 9th time. 9th time is the charm. How long have they been wanting to use something like that? But yeah, it was a very interesting concept. Like the fact that he just kept dying it over and over again, and because of the fact, it's a good job he was a cat familiar, because if he was anything else, then you're dying the first time, and that's a bit of an upsie, right? So yeah, because I know from D&D you can have other kind of familiars, right? So, but it's gonna be typically down to cats, isn't it? So yeah, but yeah, I digress. It was really interesting in terms of the concept that this this warlock, he had a bit of a death wish, and that proved to be funny to say that because of the fact that having a death wish essentially grants you that immortality if you die 9 times. So yeah, thankfully that wasn't the case, but yeah, it was always going to go to the last life, wasn't it, in regards to okay, how tense is this going to be, like how are we going to deal with the final battle. So yeah, but it was just very, very interesting because I was wondering what the heck was going on. And at first you were thinking, okay, well they're whooping your ass, bud. You're not gonna do, but he wanted them to do so. So yeah, but yeah, I just really thought the whole situation with the familiar turned warlock was pretty interesting. And of course, in present day, we were battling with the idea that Piper was going to depart from Phoebe and Prue. So, which, you know, I could very much understand in regards to obviously them wanting a life, but I don't know, like, how it never occurred to them to, I guess, do a little bit of a swapsies in terms of the rooms and all of that before, but it's happening now, so yeah. But at least, I mean, I was going to say, at least, I think all of the Charmed ones have now seen Leo in the shower anyway, so it's only just, like I said earlier on, it's only just Phoebe that hasn't seen the orbs. Yeah. But at least this will give them some privacy there, so yeah. But no, I could really understand, but how that really tied into the flashbacks was really neat as well, because obviously Prue was in a similar position. So yeah, but ultimately, like, I think the binding thing was the nail, the final straw, I guess you could say, in terms of Piper's reluctancy to leaving. So because the idea that what Grams was doing in the flashback, she was going to seal it up, I imagine, for good, because if she dies, she has no idea on knowing when the charm how the charmed ones will be in terms of being prepared and all of that. And we saw in the flashbacks, we'll get onto that in a moment, but we saw in the flashbacks she was contemplating keeping those powers hidden because of the fact that they weren't ready. So yeah, but yeah, it was really, really great seeing, of course, the situation with the present day stuff and all of that. So yeah, but the flashbacks was real awesome. Especially getting to know a lot more, a bit more about Grebs, as well as the sisters as well, in regards to Leo and Piper met for the first time in the flashbacks, as well as seeing how Phoebe was before the very first episode. They all looked quite a bit younger. Obviously nothing too dramatic, because it's not like, this was 15 years ago or whatever, but yeah, I felt like you could watch this and feel like, oh, you can definitely absorb the season 1 vibes, and that's really, really good. So yeah, but this was them before their steps into the supernatural world. They were living those normal lives, of course, with destiny hovering above their heads. And it's just really, really great to see them before they became the Charmed ones, really. To see how their lives were, and just to see how their attitudes were as well. It wasn't just about, okay, what are they doing before they were kicking demon ass or whatever. Yeah, it wasn't just about what they were doing occupation. It was about their personalities as well. Like, especially when you see Phoebe in the flashbacks, and how she got obviously busted for theft, and then obviously you're seeing her grow so much between the flashbacks and the present day. You can see there is a huge growth there. So yeah. But yeah, you had it was really great because you had Prue basically be in Piper's position. She was yeah, I'm not sure like how old Prue would have been at this point, but you could really embrace like the idea that she was that Piper was Prue, basically, because she wanted to start a new life. She wanted to move away. She knew that she couldn't be here forever. So yeah, and yeah, it was just really great stuff to see Piper as well. Like in the she was as adorable as ever. But it was also really sad because obviously she was the one to race to Grams first when she died. But also there was there seemed to be that vibe that Grams really valued. I mean, she valued all of her granddaughters. But Piper was the one who was acing everything basically. It seemed like especially in the kitchen. So yeah, but yeah, we got to see Piper just stuck in a bit of a rut for her job. As we saw with that in season 1, really as well. Quake, because you saw her being underappreciated in certain episodes and that. So yeah, and then obviously she starts a club, but I really thought it was very interesting as well in regards to the aspect that Grams was the glue to keep the sisters together. I mean, she was just trying to keep things stable, and Piper was doing so as well, but she was, you know, struggling with her lonely life, etc., and the job that really didn't appeal to her. And Grams knew her time was coming up. And I think it was very evident when Phoebe said that she was the glue, because 5 seconds later they had to part ways. So, and I feel like Piper was the next best thing to keep, which is funny considering the fact that the glue is deciding to depart. But obviously that got turned around in the present day. But I feel like in like after Grams' death, you saw Piper trying to keep people together and all of that. Like Prue had to go, and then maybe dinner for two, and then Phoebe wanted to. That's when she deserted to New York. So, yeah, but yeah, I mean, I understand in terms of. I mean, obviously there is a great situation in terms of the abilities of the Charmed Ones. In regards to. Yeah, there is a great thing in regards to, you know, the Charmed Ones and you being stronger in the manner, of course. But yeah, I mean, this is always going to be the big kerfuffle, isn't it? Because, like, imagine if all 3 of them had, you know, long-standing relationships where they were married to another person. Because it might be, I don't know, even for a manor like that, it might get a bit cramped, and that's why, and that's why it's really fortunate for Piper to have Prue's old room, because it was, I guess, the only room that was really spacious enough for a couple. So yeah, but you can understand as well. I mean, you do want to have that, I guess, married life. You do want to have that life living in your own place, I guess. With your partner. So, yeah, and not, I guess not just that though, but obviously, you might want a place of your own as well. Like, I definitely felt that way, like a couple of years ago, and it, you know, I'm thriving here. It's all awesome. So yeah, but yeah, Piper then changed her mind, so it's all well and good. So yeah, but. Yeah, the flashback bits were just really great in terms of getting a lay of the land in terms of the characters, as well as Patty coming around as well, because you know, especially with her death, and it's been years as well because of the fact that Prue was only a kid when Patty died. Your mind just thinks, okay, I'm wondering how many times, like, within the year. I mean, surely there's going to be some off nights, but how many times does Grams contact her daughter? And it's really sad because considering the fact that she is she's in the afterlife now. So yeah, it was yeah, just really it was just really you know, powerful stuff seeing Grams and Paddy interact like that. So yeah. But yeah, and not just that though, but the vibe as well in regards to I guess the color gradient, as well as just the attitudes and the look, etc. It was just very great, like just seeing that like be an obvious distinction to who they on who they were then to who they are now. So even little small bits like in the photo that Grams was trying to capture so badly, and obviously there was a bit of a struggle. It's just a picture. I just do like the fact that obviously back then you got them apart, because obviously they are a bit more apart, as evident with the end of, I guess, the end of the flashback portion. They decided to take their own path, and obviously in the picture in present day it's a lot more closer. It's magically photoshopped. It's a bit more closer, which obviously is a great signification in terms of how close they are in the present. So yeah. But yeah, it was just really wonderful stuff. Really, in regards to just seeing how this episode came to be in terms of the flashbacks and all of that. And yeah, like I said, I feel like it was really one of the best episodes of the season for me. It was just really wonderful in terms of the present day. I feel like the flashback was more was more excuse me, was more outstanding, because you got to see obviously the sad circumstances of Graham's death, and not just that though, but the Charmed Ones before they became the Charmed Ones. And obviously there was exploring look how far they've come, look how they were distant back then, and all of that. And you had Graham's worry with the prospect that she was dying anyways, about the fact that their destiny might not be reached because of what they were like back then. So yeah, but it was really, like I said, it was probably one of the best episodes in season 3. It was just really outstanding for me, and it was really just great all throughout, present, past, just great stuff. So I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my media feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time. Toodles!